welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rosie, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make this super adorable folio. So if you're ready, let's get started. So I've pre-cut a lot of the items. So first let's start with a crisscross pocket. Okay, I'm going to move that off to the side. So first what you're going to need is, put this off to the side. Okay, first you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 8, and then you're going to need a mat that is 4 3/4 by 7 3/4, and then you're going to need a piece of scrapbook paper that is 4 1/2 by 7 1/2. So let's go ahead and start placing all of these down. Okay, so now we have the base of our crisscross pocket. Now, you're gonna need another 5 by 8, and you can choose the same pattern or a different pattern, but all I did was I cut the piece that is 5 by 8. I just cut it diagonally. Okay, so as I was editing my video, it kind of dawned on me that perhaps there might be some that are new to paper crafting that might not quite be sure about how to cut the paper. When I talk about cutting it diagonally, I just take it for granted. So let me insert this clip super quickly into our video. Put my phone on silent. All right, so here is my 5 by 8 paper. It's just a piece of printer paper. And when I say cut diagonally, I mean I want to cut it from here to here. So you can certainly use a pair of scissors if you want. I'm using the paper trimmer, and that's probably the easiest way to do it. If not, you can certainly take a ruler and just make yourself a line from one corner to the other like that. And you can certainly use a pair of scissors and you can cut it. If not, you can use your paper trimmer. And if you do, all you want to make sure that you do is you place both of these corners in line with your blade. So you want to make sure that this corner is where the blade's going to cut, as well as this corner. So let me move my blade up. So I'm just kind of manipulating my page so that my blade is going to cut exactly at those two spots. Oops, I moved it real quickly. All right, let me just do that, and then I'm just going to hold it. Once I know it's in line, then I will just hold it. And of course, the trimmer decided to mess up, but you get the idea. So it cuts it diagonally. So now you have two pieces that if you put it together, it's your 5 by 8. So let me just show you something super quick. Now if we're dealing with a cardstock or a unpatterned piece of paper, it will not matter because there's no pattern that you need to worry about. So this will be one side. This will be the left-hand side. You can see it going this way. Here, you will just need to flip it upside down, and there's your right-hand side. Does that make sense? Okay, let me show you again. So we have our page. We cut it diagonally. This will be your left-hand side. And this one here, we need to just flip upside down, and that'll be our right-hand side, and it's the exact same size. So you'll want to do that with each of the pieces of paper that I'm giving you as far as dimensions. The dimensions don't matter. It's just a matter of cutting it from corner to corner. I hope that helps. I know I make these videos a little bit longer, but it's always really important that I go into detail. So if you have any questions, hopefully I'm answering them. All right, back to the video. And that's how I got these. So again, it's the same dimensions, 5 by 8, 4 3/4 by 7 3/4, and 4 1/2 by 7 1/2. So let's go ahead and, let's see, this way. Let's go ahead and just put these on. Okay, try to get this on there well. Okay, so now there's part of our crisscross, and really the only thing that we need to do is just decide which pattern we want on top. And in this case, I think I want the words on top, so let's go ahead and put down the glue. I'm just going to use glue on 2 sides. I'm not using tape because I don't want whatever we place in here to get stuck on the tape, because glue dries. That once the glue dries, you know, whatever we put in there should not get hung up. Okay, just making sure it's really on there well. Okay, now let's go ahead and put on the other side piece. So again, I'm just placing glue on 2 sides. Oh, did you hear that? That was thunder. Oh my. It's about that time. I live in Florida, so I'm used to it. Right around this time, around 3 o'clock or so, is when we get all those nasty thunderstorms. And there comes down the rain. Okay. Yeah, you can see all the white paint on my nails. Okay, so again, we just place glue on the longer sides and then just the bottom. So that way we have a pocket here in the middle. Okay, that's the first part. Now let's go ahead and make the second element. Okay, the next element, you're gonna need cardstock that is 10.5 inches by 7 inches. And this is gonna be a tall pocket. I've just scored on the 10.5 inch side at 1/2 inch and at 5.5 inches. I've already placed my double-sided tape. So I'm just going to fold on the creases. Okay, and then I'm just going to fold right on top like that. Okay, so now we have that. So now what we want to do is we want to, on one end, just place glue because it's going to be a pocket. So we're just going to close up the bottom so nothing falls out. Okay, so there is that. Now what we're going to do is you're going to need a piece of cardstock for the mat that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then scrapbook paper that is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, and you'll need 2 of each, and that's for the front and the back. Before we do that, let's go ahead and just grab a hinge. So you want a piece of cardstock that is 1 1/2 by 5. we're just going to fold it in half, or you can score it at 3/4 of an inch. So let's go ahead and just place some glue. Okay, and I'm just going to place this right on top of my crisscross page. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, just want to make sure that it's on there pretty centered. Okay, let me just do this so I can see it. Okay, so that's now going to act as our hinge. Let's go ahead and place some glue on this side of the hinge. Okay. And just making sure that your opening is towards the top. Let's go ahead and just add, and I'm going to add this, try to be in the center. It doesn't really matter too much, you know what I mean, if it doesn't get on the center. Wherever it lands, it's going to be fine. Okay, now that we have that, let's go ahead and just glue down our scrapbook pieces. Okay, so now we have matting for this side and this side. And let me see now. I'm going to put this one here. Let me just see. I need to reference back what I did originally. So this is, you know me, this is how this is how I kind of think of my ideas. I draw them out, and then I make my template using printer paper. And it's great because that way I can go back and kind of remind myself where I was placing things. All right, so now we're just gonna put one down. And the reason why I was thinking about it was because we're gonna place a coin pocket on top of the page, and I wanted to make sure that I was doing it to the right side. Okay, so the next element we're going to make is a large pocket. So let me get these little Post-its out of the way. So first thing that we want to do is cut ourselves another 1.5 by 5 in cardstock, and that's going to be our hinge. Okay, and let's just place it right, let's see here. Yeah, let's do it in the middle. Maybe I want my pages to kind of be off kilter a little bit. I think that'll look really nice. Okay, that is on there. All right, now let's make our element. So for this, what we're gonna need is a piece of cardstock that is 11 by 5. And on the 11-inch side, we're gonna score at 1/2 inch and 1. And I want to say 6, but let me just double check, guys. Let's see here. So we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1, yes, and at 6 inches. Fold and crease. And then what we want to do is that we want it to look like this. So we're going to fold back and then fold back again. And then what we want to do is let's go ahead, we want the hinge to go inside here. Do we want that or does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so now let's go ahead and place some more glue on our hinge. Be generous so it doesn't fall off. And the part that has the accordion on the end, that's the part that we want to place on. So we're going to place it right on top of the hinge, just like that. Okay, let's flip this over and just make sure it's on there really well. Okay, now let's go ahead and just close up our pocket. So let's open it all up, and I realize that it's a little bit dark because I'm using black cardstock, but we're going to go ahead and add glue to the edge. So let's go ahead and do that, and we're only going to place it in that 1/2 inch score. See, I got a little bit of glue outside of the line. Okay, and then all we have to do is just fold it. Fold it back on top of itself. Okay. Another way to do that is we could have created the pocket first, and then, oops, sorry about that, guys. So I'm just going to use a bone folder just to make sure that all the glue, I'm getting it in there really well. Okay. Get a little bit of glue on me. Okay. Now, what we want to do is just glue, put a little bit of glue on the bottom just to seal it up, because this is gonna be a pocket. So we'll add some glue there. If you get a little bit of glue on the cardstock, that's okay. We're gonna be placing our mat and scrapbook paper over it, so that's okay. All right, now we have our pocket. Let's go back to our taller pocket, and now we can place on top, our scrapbook paper. So let's go ahead and do that. Just like that, and lots all over the place, all over. Okay, did I get any glue? No, I thought I did. Okay, let's go ahead and just place it right on top. Okay. And I will place in the video description down below, I'll make sure to include what scrapbook paper and the cardstock that I'm using. I'm loving this cardstock. I am using Basil, or Basil rather. Okay, now let's go ahead on this page here, let's go ahead and place a thumb notch so we know that it's a pocket, or if you're giving it away, the person knows that it's supposed to be a pocket. Let's see, I'm going to do a 1/2. Oh, it's pretty thick, guys. Alright, let's see if I can get this. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we have our little notch. Now let's go ahead and just place our cardstock there. So for this, what we're going to need is we're going to cover the front and back of this pocket. Okay, so to do that, we're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that is 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. So let's go ahead and get these placed on. Now we just need to place them both right on top of our base. So let's see. Because this is so busy, I think I want to have something that's less busy, so I'm going to go for this one. I'm always looking at things like that. If one side is really busy, I try to balance it with something that is not that busy or somewhat solid, if that makes sense. Okay. All right, there's that one. Okay, let's flip it over and we're gonna do this one. Make sure it's in the right direction. I'm so excited. I'm planning on going to a crafting retreat, a crop, with a bunch of amazing women, and I'm so excited. It's not until December, planning to go December 1st through the 4th. But we typically try to get together on the weekends to craft via Zoom. And thank goodness for technology. I would have never met these ladies otherwise. Okay, so now we have that. Let's keep going. And before I forget, let's go ahead and map the back of our base. So you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is, let's see here, 4 3/4 by 7 3/4. And then you're going to need a piece of scrapbook paper that is 4 1/2 by 7 1/2. It over a little bit. Okay. All right. So at least now we have the back of our base is all covered. Okay, we need another thumb notch here, guys, and let's see if this is gonna work. All right, it is pretty thick because I have 4 pieces of pretty heavy scrapbook paper. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to do this, guys. And I may have just broken it. Oh no, I use this all the time. Oh, let's see. Let's see if I can go ahead and fix this. Oh, nope. Not going to be able to do it, so I am going to have to cut that out. Not a problem. Let's just keep moving forward, guys. Move forward. Okay, the next element is we are going to be making a little bit longer one. So what you're going to need is some cardstock that is 12 by 5, and you're going to score on the 12-inch side at 3, 6, and 9. Then you're just going to fold and crease like this. So you're going to have your front cover. Then you're going to turn the page and you have another one here. So we're going to fold it and fold it like an accordion. And what we're going to do is these two here right next to each other, we're going to make a pocket out of that. So we're just going to close it like that, and we're going to add glue on the side and the bottom, and that's going to close it up. Make sure I am in frame here. Leave me comments down below if for whatever reason you didn't quite get what I was saying, because I know that this particular project is done, but I can always go back and do a separate video on techniques. Let me know, actually. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you'd like something. The different techniques that I use to make some of these things. Let me know if you'd be interested. Okay, let's go ahead and start to cover that. So what I've done is I have cut out, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cardstocks that are 2 3/4 by 4 3/4, and then I just cut the same amount of scrapbook paper that are 2 1/2 by 4 1/2. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to move this for a second, And let me just get all of my scrapbook paper onto my cardstocks. Okay, so now let's bring in all the ones that we made. I know that I picked this one as the cover so that I could decorate it, so let's go ahead. That's something to think about too as you're picking your cardstock paper, that if it's something you want to decorate, try to keep the pattern either a solid or a light type of pattern, just like this one here. It just looks like a woven piece of fabric, and that's going to be great for the cover. Sorry. All right, let's start picking. I'm just going to bring these out so I can see them. All right, let's use this one. So what I decided was I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I originally planned, and that's okay. Ideas come to you in the middle, so let me go ahead and just push this off for a second. I went through my ribbon stash and I picked up this sheer black ribbon, and let's see here if I can find any double-sided tape. I am running super low. And I'm just going to place it right down the middle. Okay, let's do that. And then let's just take this off, the paper backing. We're just going to create on the fly here. And let's add some glue right on top just for some added measure. I didn't measure my ribbon. I just figure I will do a longer strip, and whatever I don't need is fine. Gonna place it right on top, and then let's just smooth it out. Okay, now let's bring in that other piece that we have, and we're just gonna glue that down. So now between the double-sided tape and the glue that we just placed down, and we're going to be sandwich it in between this one here, the ribbon isn't going to go anywhere. Try to get this centered here. Okay, there we go, and just press it down really well. We want to make sure that that ribbon stays. Okay, so now we have a little kind of mini album. See if I gave myself enough ribbon. Yeah, that's plenty. So that's all the ribbon that you need really, is just to be able to create a little bow. Now, let's see here. So we were talking about maybe doing it this way, but since we are making a pocket here, let me see, I'm gonna try, oh, you know what guys, look what just fell out. Can you see that little piece of metal? I broke it. Oh no, I use this all the time. Oh man, that's a bummer. Okay, let me see if I can salvage this at all. Let's see if I can do it. Oh, let's see here. You're gonna see me totally creating on the fly here. No, it's broken. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, well, what we can do now is we can just place a sticker here and nobody will ever know, and we can still use this as a pocket. All right, yeah. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lay it right on top. So I'm just gonna place a bunch of tape down. Okay, let's get some scissors. So I've placed the tape down. Now let's go ahead and just lift off the paper backing. It's definitely strong. Whatever it is, it really does work well. I am a fan of how thick it is, for sure. Okay, so my paper backing is off. Oops. All right, let's go ahead and place this down on top of the base. That looks good. That looks about good. Okay, let's get. Oh my goodness. I hope I don't lose my cable. There's nothing worse when the TV goes out, right guys? Oh, I love the rain. I am a fan of the rain. I love it. I absolutely love thunderstorms, but don't mess with my TV, guys, right? Okay, so there we have it. Let's just tie a little bow. Oh, and I think the bow is going to look really pretty on top. All right, well, there you have it, guys. So let's take a quick peek. So we have our cover. We have our page. A page with a top-loading pocket. Another page. Another page. And then we open this, and we have another page. Another page. We have a top-loading pocket. And then we have another page, and we have our crisscross page. Now the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to add a coin pocket here. So let's go ahead and make that. It's a good thing that I placed my little Post-it there. Okay, so to make the coin pocket, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that is 7 by 8.5. And then on the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 6.5. And then on the 8.5-inch side, we're going to score at 1.5. And let me see, guys. Let's see. So yeah, on the 7-inch side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch and 6.5. And on the 8.5-inch side, we're going to score at 1.5 and 5. So let's go ahead and just fold on all the creases. Okay. Okay, and then what we want to do is we are going to cut away on some things. So here at the bottom, I have the 1.5-inch side. I know it's hard to see because it's black. We're going to go ahead and remove the first 2 long boxes. So let me do that, and then I'll show you what you should end up with. Okay, oops. Okay, and okay, let's get rid of our garbage. So this is what it should look like. You have your 1.5-inch here, panel, 2 side flaps. Let's go ahead and just angle cut the edges of our flaps. Okay, let's get rid of the garbage. Now we are going to, let's see, if we go ahead and just fold these 2 tabs, right, and we bring it up, that's gonna be our longer coin pocket. I'm gonna bring in, let's see, my corner rounder, and I'm just gonna round the corners of the lid. Can't believe my thumb notch broke. Oh, I made it work too much. Okay, so there we have it. Now let's go ahead and line this part here. So you're gonna need a piece of cardstock as your mat of 5 3/4 by 3 1/4, and then a piece of scrapbook paper that is 5 1/2 by 3. So let's go ahead and add our scrapbook paper to our mat. Okay, now let's do the pieces for the lid. So for the lid, you're gonna need 2 pieces of cardstock that are 5 3/4 by 1 1/4, and then 2 pieces of scrapbook paper that are, did I mark that? No, I did not. So let me refer back to my handy dandy list. So the lid, the scrapbook paper is 5 1/2 by 1 inch. So let's go ahead and just join those together. I'm gonna have to re-up on my glue here. Okay, so let's go ahead and make our holes. So I'm just going to place a hole right in the middle. Let me see if I can use a pencil. Do I have a pencil handy? Sure do. Okay, so I just want to make a little thing here just to show me where I'm going to place it. And I'm totally just looking. If it's off a hair, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so there's one hole. Now I need a second hole, and for this I'm just going to grab anything on my desk, and I'm just going to see where do I want it. So maybe right about here. Does that look right? It might be a little off, guys. I'm not going to worry about it. Normally, this is something that would totally get me all to the point where I needed it to be perfect. But you know what? I refuse to let it bother me. Okay, so I went into my brads, and I can't believe it, but I have so many Christmas ones, and I only have these little foxes, although they're adorable for Halloween. I can't believe that I don't have any Halloween ones. Okay, so I'm gonna place, let me just see here. I'm gonna place the standing up fox. Yeah, I'm gonna place him in there. Okay, so there's my fox, and you know what? Let's see, I'm gonna shave just a hair off of my my pocket here. So let's see. Just a little bit, just to make my pocket close a little bit better. So here's how much I took. Literally just a hair. Okay. So now I should be able to, and I can close it really well. Okay. Let's go ahead and place my second brad in the hole. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And that's okay that I see the other side of the brad here. I'm just going to place a sticker on top of it. There's lots of ways to be creative, guys. Okay, so now when you look at it, turn this guy a little bit. We have that. Now let's get some ribbon on as our closure. So I am just going to tie it around my little fox. I'm going to make a couple of knots. Let's see here, make them stand up a little bit. Come on, Foxy, get in there. Let's see. Good. Excellent. Okay, one more. I always like to double knot my thread when I'm making brad closures. Okay, cut off the excess. Okay, now I'm just gonna wrap it around, and I'm gonna tuck the other one in. So I'm just gonna wrap it around my other fox. Done, this part done. We don't have to worry about placing anything here because it's on the inside. Let's go ahead and place some glue on both of our tabs, and then we will close up this coin pocket. Okay. See, I got a little bit of glue on the inside. Okay, let's go ahead and just fold it up. And there we have it, guys. There is our little coin pocket. I'm not worried about this part because it's actually going to be right on top of scrapbook paper. If I was using a flip, then I absolutely would. But in this case, I'm not. So let's just place back my top to my glue. Okay, let's bring back in our base. Okay, so now if you flip over your project, right, you open it, and then on the opposite side we have our crisscross page, and then we have our page here. This is where we're going to place our coin pocket, and we're going to place it right like this. So you can place it in the middle if you want. You can place it here. I think I'm actually going to place it towards the side a little more. So let's go ahead, get this out of the way for a second. Let's bring back in that red tape that I was using. Okay, so on the brad, where we cut off the excess, let me just see if I can show you there. We have just a little, oops, sorry. We have just a little bit of that string hanging out. So I'm just going to try to nudge that right underneath the brad so you don't see that. There we go. All right, so now So you see that? Now you don't see it. Okay, let's go ahead and close this puppy up. Let's see. Here we go. Like that, and like that, right underneath his legs, behind his little tail, and so forth. Let's see, I think that's enough. I don't think we need to wrap it so many times. So let me just see here. Okay. Okay, so I want to place a little something on this, on the end of that string. It's all those added detail measures, right? So I just have, this is one of 3 different baggies that I have of scraps from when I made it. So I'm just going to bring in just a mini flower here, and I'm just going to punch out 2, and I'm trying to get a good color here. So let's do that one, and let's see, let's do this one. Okay. You know, it's all those little details that I just love. I think I focus way too much on the details. Okay, so we've punched out 2 little diagrams here. So I am going to, go ahead and, place some glue on one. I'm going to lay my string right on top. And then I'm going to use the other one to sandwich it in. So let's see, trying to line up my petals so it looks like it's one piece, and there you go. So now you know that when you're looking at this, that you realize that this is something that's used to do it. Now, let's go ahead now for the fun of it, and let's place a little, and I'm looking here, again, right behind me. All right, I'm just gonna take one of these gems that I have. I'm just gonna grab the small one. I'm gonna add some glue to the middle of my little flower. Oh, my hands are so dry. All right, and I'm just gonna add it right in the middle. Okay, so now, because we did that to one side, I can't leave it just like that. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing to the other side. So just a dollop of glue, a little gem. I have a jewel picker. Well, yeah, I have a jewel picker, but I don't feel like pulling it out. So, oh, I'm so upset about my punches. Oh, and if I wasn't on a spending freeze, I would go out and buy it right away, but I really can't afford it at the moment. Okay, here guys, so let's see if you can see that. I could have done orange, but I think we needed a little bit more black in here. So there's one side, and then there's the other side. So there you have it. There is our coin pocket. This is the hinge that we used. I think I want to place something else there, just so it doesn't look like there's a hinge. What if we place just a little bit here? That might look pretty, right? Okay, let's try it. So to do that, we're gonna need a, let's see, it was 3/4 of an inch by 5. So I am going to cut myself a 5 by 3/4. And that should fit perfectly where we need it to. I'm going to put my scrap back in my little baggie. I'm one of those that has to organize as I go. But yeah, going back to that, if Oh, well, this is pretty though too, huh? Oh, look at that. Let me see. That side, guys, or this side? I think I like this one. Okay. So yeah, going back to that, if you'd like to do a live and just so we can craft together, that would be great. Or we could schedule a craft, a crafty Zoom or something. What do you think, guys? What do you think? It's all up to you guys. It's whatever you like, and I think that would be a great way, again, for us to be able to share more instead of, I mean, it's great that I do the videos, but it's a better way, I think, for us just to kind of chat and get to know some of you awesome people. All right, guys. Now, if you know anybody that likes to scrapbook and do paper crafts, refer them to my channel. That would be wonderful. I would so appreciate it. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start with the front. So I've used a black sheer ribbon as a closure for my top element. So let's undo that real quickly here, and I'm just going to place it right on underneath so it doesn't get in the way. So here is the front. I've just used a cardstock sticker that says, "Oh, fall, it's nice to see you again." Definitely a sentiment that I hold close to me. I've included a little envelope that is 1.5 by 2. And you can place all kinds of goodies in here depending on what you're using it for. I've used just a little bit, a really tiny little bit of removable foam tape here just to kind of keep this envelope closed. And if this is a part of a happy mail, you can certainly include gems, stickers, ephemera, die cuts, things like that. It's totally up to you what you include. So when you turn the page, it's mostly blank here, and I have just a little cardstock sticker here. It says "Fall is in the air." And on this side, I've just included a little tuck spot. This is a cardstock sticker where I've removed the stickiness, the adhesive. I've used my EK Success powder tool. So I've removed the adhesive and just added a little bit of glue on the bottom just to create that tuck spot here, which you can add anything you wish, either journaling, pictures, perhaps something that you want to gift to someone. This was a 3x4 cut apart, and I just fussy cut out this tag. And then this page here is a pocket. So I've created a tag using black cardstock, lined it with some pretty fall scrapbook paper, and then included a cardstock sticker. Again, I've used the black sheer ribbon just to kind of bring all of it together. So we'll place that back into its little pocket. And then on the next 2 pages, I've left them blank so that you can include anything that you wish, but you have plenty of room to add tons of goodies. Okay. So once you have that, I have included a thankful cardstock sticker here. And then here I found these little embellishments in my stash. They are 3-dimensional. Let me just see if I can turn it to the side so you can see the 3-dimension. Love this little button that's on top. And I originally bought these, I believe, from the dollar store. So here we have a flip page. This is a pocket. So I've included in this pocket a simple little card that I created. I just added some orange gems. This was a 4x6 cut apart, and I just fussy cut out the sentiment. And then when you open it up, there's just additional places for you to add lots of goodies. So I've included that in the pocket. Let me just see here. Let me add in. Okay. Let me lift this out just a little bit. Okay. So here is another pocket page. I've added a cardstock sticker here, and it just says Thanksgiving. This is a pocket, so I have included another card. Again, I minimally decorate. You know the way that I am. I like to minimally decorate until it's time to actually place pictures or gifts or journaling, just to make sure that I have enough space to add whatever I want to add. So here is a cardstock sticker that says Halloween. Originally it said Happy Halloween, but because of the spacing, I just cut off the happy and just left the Halloween. And then you open it. Here's another cardstock sticker. I've included a gem. I added white cardstock here in case you want to write something, or if you just want a white background to whatever it is that you want to include. And then here was a little border sticker that I included. There's that. And then I decorated the back with a bat cardstock sticker and then gems on either side. So that's what's included in this pocket. And then you turn the page. On this page here, I decided to add a coin pocket to it, so it's a little bit longer. And I found these cute fox brads in my stash, and I absolutely am in love with it. I used orange and white string. Let me see if I can get you a little bit closer. So here are the fox brads that I found in my stash. I used orange and white baker's twine as the closure, and then punched out a couple of the flowers with paper that matches within the portfolio, and then added a black gem on either side so it matches on both sides, just to give you something to hold on to when you're opening and closing. Here I've added a couple of cardstock stickers. They're leaves. I have just placed one on top of the other to kind of give it a cluster kind of element. And when you open it, there is a pocket inside which you can add whatever you wish. And then on the back, I have a crisscross pocket. So here is a crisscross pocket. We not only have a pocket here in the middle. Let's see, we have a pocket here in the middle, but also you have a little tuck spot on the edge here as well if you wanted to add something. So I have a cardstock sticker here that says sweater weather. And then I have this sun and this beautiful fox with this really pretty autumn scarf on. Isn't she beautiful? I love her. And then I made a card to go inside of that pocket. Just fussy cut out a couple of images, made myself a little cluster flower embellishment here, and then topped it off with a silver or clear gem. And then when you open it up, I've lined it with all of the same scrapbook paper, included a pretty cardstock sticker here, made a little scene with an apple tree and a red truck that has a bunch of pumpkins in the back. And then here is the back. I just placed a cardstock sticker and kind of see how it shimmers, and it just says autumn. So I've placed that in my crisscross pocket. And then on the back, I just did a very, very simple embellishment with just one cardstock sticker. I was in love with this owl. I had to place her on. So there you have it, guys. There is, let me find my tool so I can repackage this up again. So what do you guys think? Have you started working on fall projects as well? I know I am definitely in the mood to be doing fall, Halloween, Christmas. For me, the holidays have begun. I know it's only August, but I'll tell you what, guys, we're almost into September, so it's time. There we go. Let's just make the bow look really, really pretty. And there we have it, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed today's project. I had, and I know I say this all the time, but I had so much fun making this, getting out all of my fall stuff, going through my stash and finding just the right elements to complete this project was so much fun. Alright guys, if you like this video, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much. It really does mean the world to me. You know, your support goes an awful long way in helping my channel to grow. Alright guys, until the next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep it creative.